Everyone is calling this player the villain for what he did in MrBeast Minecraft event, but honestly, he might be the smartest one and no one notices. So, what happened? In the last 42 hours, MrBeast uploaded a video called Countries Decide Who Wins $25,000. MrBeast made that competition where people from different countries play to win that prize money by deciding one country to win, which is nearly impossible to do. And each time they fail to decide who wins, they make a game where some of the countries get kicked. But here's the catch. There is one player representing Spain. His name is Coldified, and this guy didn't really play by the nice rules, or maybe a better way to say it is that he played the game better than everyone else. He used strategy, manipulation, and deals with other players, so he could get closer to winning the money prize. For example, at one point the European team had to vote for a leader. Coldified stepped up and told everyone that he would be the best leader for them, and they believed him, so they voted for him. But then something interesting happened. MrBeast offered him $1,000 for every voter he eliminated, and Coldified didn't hesitate. He started eliminating the same people who voted for him, which ended up making him $1,600. And after that moment, the internet exploded. People started calling him fake, selfish, and a villain just because he played the game for himself. Comments were everywhere saying things like, Spain went from Superman to Homelander, Coldified villain arc is crazy, and even comments like, Spain so didn't win, he's a bad guy. But honestly, when I was reading those comments, I was laughing, because that reaction is not realistic at all. Coldified isn't a villain, he's a genius who understood the game better than everyone else. And if you're angry about what he did, just hear me out. What Spain did in MrBeast's video wasn't evil or demonic like people are saying. Hating a player for being strategic in a competition is honestly kind of ridiculous. Let's be honest for a second. If you join a MrBeast event, why are you there? It is to make friends? It is to look like a hero for the audience? No, you're there to win the money. But the idea that every competitor should be kind, selfless, and make sure everyone else wins, that's just fantasy. This isn't a Disney movie. In the real world, competitions are usually won by the people who are smart, strategic, and sometimes ruthless. Like Machiavelli once said, winning is not about being cruel, but about being smarter than the people you compete with. So, competition changes how people behave. When the goal is winning, strategy becomes more important than being liked. And later in this video, I am going to explain something interesting. Why Spain might actually be more honest than the players who promised to donate all the money to charity. If Spain was really a liar or a bad player like people say, then why did competitors still vote for him and support him, even after what he did to his European allies? Well, there is actually a psychology behind this, and it's something many people don't like to hear. Spain got chosen and voted by other players because he did something extremely smart. He made deals. When MrBeast told the players to explain why they should be voted as leader, most players started using emotional argument. One guy even said something like, I will give all the money to charity. Now, I am not saying that's a bad thing. Donating to charity is absolutely good, but promising that all the money will go to charity, that sounds almost impossible, and we will talk about that in a second. While other players were trying to convince people with emotions and good intention, Spain did something different. He went straight to negotiation. Instead of emotional promises, he made clear deals. Spain told players that anyone who voted for him would receive $1,000 $1,000. And suddenly the choice become much easier. For example, that's exactly why Libya supported him. Because when someone gives you emotional reason you don't really care about, it's hard to feel motivated. But when someone offers you a real benefit in return, your brain immediately pays attention. This is basic human psychology. People are much more likely to help someone when they gain something from it too, and that's what made Spain's strategy so effective. But we also shouldn't forget something important. Even after Spain became the villain of the event, he still managed to build alliance. Not because everyone liked him, but because they saw him as a powerful player who could help them survive longer in the game. That's why in that one scene, so many players decided to join Spain's team. They weren't following him because he was nice. They were following him because he was useful. And that is the real power of being ruthless in competition. Not evil, just smart gameplay. But here's something interesting. In my opinion, Coldify might actually be more honest than some other players in the video. Let me explain. When I see someone promising to donate money to charity, well, I respect that. Who doesn't? That's a good thing actually. But when someone promises that all the money they win will go to charity, I start questioning it a little. Not because I think they are lying, maybe they genuinely planned to donate. But sometimes saying something like that can also be a strategy to look good and gain support. Because, let's be honest, using charity as a way to convince people to help you win a competition can also be seen as a little selfish. And that brings us to something interesting in psychology. Spain was selfish. But here's the truth that many people don't like hearing. Everyone is selfish to some degree. You are, I am, everyone is. This idea is actually known in psychology as psychological egoism. It basically means that the human actions are always influenced by personal motivation. Even when we help others, part of the reason is that it makes us feel good or benefits us in some way. That explains why players voted for Spain. So, promising that all the money will go to a charity isn't always guaranteed. And I am not actually attacking that player at all. He might actually be a very good person. I am just explaining the psychology behind why Spain's strategy worked better. And here's another important thing. Spain didn't pretend to be something he wasn't. He didn't create emotional stories or fake it a cause. He was very clear about what he wanted. He wanted to win. And he actually kept his promises. If you go to his channel, there's a comment asking, did he give Libya $1,000 and Iraq like he promised? And Coldified replied, every penny promised to another player will be paid if they keep their promises. Which means he really followed through with his deals. So yes, he might be manipulative, he might be ruthless, but he's not fake. He simply wanted to win more than everyone else, and he played the game strategically. So tell me in the comments, what do you think about Spain's strategy? Was he a villain or just the smartest player in the game?